Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. Well, hiatus. We're back again. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I saw your message earlier, Solar. You were first, indeed, when the stream opened up earlier. Hey, Nico and Revenant, welcome back. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Good evening, Christopher. Yeah, we're back again with the best game ever made, of course, playing in the top left corner here, or top right corner of your screen. You're tuning into Shaq Fu on the Game Boy, which clearly makes all other games bow in its obvious superiority. I have never played it anyway. Evening, Alex. Yeah, we got Zoe here as well. She knows the streaming time. She came over right away and knows what's up. So at least now I feel better enough that she can actually sit on me. It was a bit of an issue for a while there, but it's fun to be back streaming. I'll take a little extra break there for health reasons. But am I low? Let's make sure my microphone is actually in the right spot. Maybe I get... Oh, I don't think I know. How's that? I think I know what happened. Yep. See, I was letting my wife mess with the game music. Huh? Alright, well, we'll turn that down too. There we go. We'll turn on the game music and turn off myself a little bit too. So what happened was that the audio device I use for capturing the microphone, my wife was borrowing it for her MIDI synthesizer, that's a hard word for me to say, for a little bit, and she was messing with the knob. My knob was in the wrong spot, so anyway. That should be better. I realized the gain was very low. Turn down. Always check your equipment before you record or stream. So yeah, the weird thing with Game Boy sounds, as you probably, anyone who's played with the Game Boy knows that it's a very blippy and bloopy soundtrack, which is awesome. But it's very piercing, right? There's not much modularity or softness. It's like in your face, bleepy and bloopy, which can be cool, but it also makes it feel louder than it actually is, if that makes sense. I was playing on my Game Boy, my actual Game Boy outside here a little bit earlier, and I keep turning it down because it felt so loud, because it's a pretty powerful speaker for being such a small one. But I recently modified my Game Boy with a new an IPS screen, and it works really well, so expect a video on that eventually. Yeah, it's I'm curious. Stray has been making the rounds on the internet, hasn't it? You play as a cat in a cyberpunk setting, and there's a dedicated meow button. I've seen people just loving it, so I really have to mess with that. So, evening, Ted. The 2 kilohertz low pass filter. We're talking about the putting in the. There's like you can put a different amp on the Game Boy, right? Basically, it bypasses the internal amps that we're talking about, or using a noise filter thing on it, because I think the biggest thing is just it's really it's really noisy, like the extra. Oh, I gotcha. So oops, not that. So in the MiSTer settings here, now what we're talking about is enabling a, I don't know that we have the, is there a filter, excuse me, the audio filter. The 20 kilohertz low pass filter. I don't think I ever used with or mess with these. Yeah. Arcade filter, okay. 2 kilohertz first. Oh, we're on with that. See. So the thing that I'm using this one for now is that, so it just came out. So basically, Game Boy has been out on MiSTer for a long time, but what we're doing here is the Super Game Boy Core, which just came out pretty recently. And if you think about it, it has to both do... that'll smooth it out quite a bit. Huh. It does have to basically create a SNES and a Game Boy at the same time, right? Because that's what this is. So, this is the Super Game Boy, my PAL edition from when I was a kid. For those not familiar, it is a Super NES accessory, and it allows you to play Game Boy games using your Super Nintendo. And I thought it was really, really cool to be able to, swap this into my Super Nintendo and play the game on the big screen. We'll get to more of the, goodness, Zoe, more of the features, but it's as simple as, plop in a Game Boy game into your little thing and boot it up on a Super Nintendo. And this, of course, there's a second version of this as well, but then eventually, we have the Game Boy player on the GameCube that does the same thing. But back then, it was kind of a revelation, because, I mean, we've been playing it on this, right? Now, this has an IPS screen, so it is definitely better, but it's not... The original one was definitely not good. And Nintendo actually decided to add some enhancements, too. So I have here Donkey Kong 94. We'll play Kirby's Dream Land as well. Donkey Kong 94 here, which is kind of the reason I bought the Super Game Boy in the first place. And they have a little logo here that says Super Game Boy Enhanced. And it adds extra colors, it adds extra, basically a special palette, and extra borders and everything. So that's what we're seeing in the corner up here now. This border around Shaq Fu comes from the loading of the Shaq Fu game. And some of them have a lot of features, some have a little bit. Some games like Kirby's Dream Land 2 and then Donkey Kong here adds a lot of extra features. Alright, let's turn it up a little bit then. I'll find the... Well, that really softens it out a lot, so... See, this is the MiSTer why I liked so much, because people, like... They find a problem or something that could be improved, and then people can code in the extra support for it, and it keeps growing and adding things. So the fact that Super Game Boy, I don't think necessarily was ever decided that was not possible on it. So, Ian and Brendan, welcome. It was not said that it wasn't possible. Just I didn't really know anyone was developing it, but clearly then we now got a Super Game Boy Core, which is awesome, and it's really cool. Besides everything we already played on the MiSTer and everything it does, now it does Super Game Boy dedicated then in a separate core, because you can play this game directly on the Game Boy core, and it's a little bit different. And the fact that you now have this as well beyond everything it's already doing, this makes it really cool. So, all right, that's exciting. So good luck with getting that, because the MiSTer is awesome. But right now, I'm not sure if supply chain is caught up or not, but it is it's an awesome tool to have for any retro enjoyment, which we'll use here, of course, too. But there were quite a lot of games that got some support, but not a lot of games got like the full shebang with a special color palette and a border. Donkey Kong for me is probably the one that I think first off when you look at Super Game Boy Enhanced games, because it's got the whole rigmarole. And for those that haven't played this game, this is a really good puzzle platformer. It's a fantastic puzzle platformer, and I actually highly recommend it still to this day. I played this almost all the way through. It's got like 100 level or something silly like that. And it does actually play on the original Game Boy as well. You can play it on a normal Game Boy. The iffy part gets when you look at Game Boy Color, because the Game Boy Color stuff doesn't translate to the Super Game Boy, so you can't just pop a Game Boy Color game into Super Game Boy and get, like, you know, enhanced stuff. It will play if the game is Game Boy compatible, meaning it's a Game Boy Color that can be played on a base Game Boy. It will work, but it won't use the enhanced stuff that you might get on the Super Game Boy. But we do have access to virtually everything here on now, because I mean it's a MiSTer, so you have ROMs and whatnot. But I decided to split out using the hardware target Game Boy packs. That's the point. And we'll just reset it and turn off the music. So, and oops, go to Game Boy here, Super Game Boy, and it loads it using a BIOS then that exists on the Game Boy or Super Game Boy itself. Because Super Game Boy is basically like a Game Boy in cartridge or in a cassette format used for the Super Nintendo, right? It has the actual guts of a Game Boy in there, and that's what makes it work. So it does have a BIOS and everything too. And in this case here, we're using the Super Game Boy 2. And using the NTSC region, which you can flip around. And the Game Boy was not region locked. You could play any Game Boy game from any region, any Game Boy itself. So, which was a nice thing, because I got several US games as a kid. My dad would fly to America on a business trip and come back with a couple of Game Boy games, and I could just play them with nothing extra. So, always like it when they have region-free games, because it's annoying and stupid if they region locks things. So, okay. So you get those, what is it, the black cartridge games, right? Am I wrong on that? The ones that are Game Boy Color compatible, Game Boy compatible, and by thus extension, it's compatible with the Super Game Boy if it runs in the Game Boy mode. So yeah, Doppler on the situation with the crystal clock speed, there's the difference, right? So yeah, the Super Game Boy 1 runs too fast. It is not synchronized up to the actual Game Boy speed. Super Game Boy 2 fixed that. And so the Super Game Boy 2 has basically the exact speed as the Game Boy itself, which is what we're running as here. And you can switch to the first if you will. And there's actually a distinct difference in the game. can boot up Shaq Fu again, you'll see the speed actually happen. It's not huge, and I played it with the Super Game Boy 1 as a kid, but it was fixed in Super Game Boy 2, which is released later, of course. So it actually, this here now is as close as you can get to playing, you know, the actual game, if you will. And a lot of games are enhanced for it. We have quite a list here of games that are, Game Boy Color compatible. So these will be the games that were Game Boy Color, but they're also supported on Game Boy, and then with Game Boy, so you can actually use these and play them. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, heck, I played Stunt Race FX on a PAL Super Nintendo as a kid. I mean, I still have it. It is so hilariously slow when you play it now. I beat that game. I beat it fair and square completely on PAL, and I play it now, and it's like it's running at like 8 to 9 FPS or something in a lot of scenes, and just near unplayable. And you know, it worked. So yeah, we have here the list of like Game Boy Color compatible games. Not necessarily what we're here for now, because you know any of these games would work. So I believe, yes, that is accurate. So this is basically just a Game Boy compatible game on Game Boy Color that then runs in the Game Boy Color mode, or sorry, in the Game Boy base mode, and you get the resulting effect here. So yeah, exactly. So it does have a border and everything that comes with it. So there's some enhancement as well. So you basically have now a Game Boy Color cartridge that's compatible with Game Boy that has the enhancement set for Super Game Boy. So this is not running in Game Boy Color mode, if that makes sense. It's running in Game Boy mode. So, oh, that's hilariously disturbing. So you can see some things are colored in and enhanced, and a lot of things are not. It's just completely the same. So this would be like, you know, playing the actual Game Boy game, or playing the Game Boy Color cartridge in a Game Boy. We're not here to play Conquer, but I'm a little curious now to see how this game is. I won't do it. Sorry. It is a Conquer game, right? Turned out just a smidge there, but I have never played this game at all. I'm assuming it's a platformer. Conquer, of course, on the N64 is very famous for being very... yeah. This is a Game Boy game, and it's just funny that... Oh, it's top-down everything. Save. Great. I don't know what he does there. I can jump. And I've gotten a fascination with Game Boy games as of late. So in this case here, we don't have anything extra besides a border. And the way you do it is you push the L and R buttons at the same time and you open up the special settings. And in this case here, we don't have anything to configure on the palette, but we can change the border. And you can see this little rotating dude here. Shows that it's using the enhanced color border that is shipped with the game. And that's on the cartridge, right? Because the Super Nintendo is not aware of what it is, or it's aware, but it's not storing the image. That's on the game cartridge. So you can switch it to default ones, using whatever you want. There's a few built-in ones. Some are cooler than others. I mostly remember the one from the Super Game Boy 1. That's what I had, but it seems like the Super Game Boy 2 runs better on this. And you can even, like, draw your own if you want to, if you're so inclined, but... Usually you would play with the enhanced one or whatever, and some of them do pretty neat tricks with that. We'll see later. Street Fighter 2, for example, is not enhanced for color or audio or anything, and some do use an enhanced audio set too. If you play, for example, Donkey Kong, which we'll do soon here, you get a, like, help, help from the princess she's kidnapped, but on the Game Boy, it's just a little bleep, and that's it, so... But for Street Fighter 2, for example, it changes the background depending on the stage you're playing for what fighter you're playing. So it's really neat, and you can tell they added a lot to this, and they had more plans, I think. And you can change the configuration. That's pretty much it. Besides the game. So this is Conker's... Okay. That's right. Keep getting stuff. The Outrun Arcade core is going to be really cool. Picking up some nuts here. I've gotten fascinated with Game Boy as of late. Just the rudimentary graphics and what they did with so little. Yeah, this is very, like, E-rated. Very, very rated E Conquer. This is weird. Yeah, this is weird. Anyway, we're not going to play this one very long. I was just curious to see, since someone mentioned it, but we'll go back to the Game Boy Enhanced games. Let me start with, let's see, where's the, yeah, it's Kirby's Dream Land 2. Let's do that one. That one has everything enhanced, and but this is what I like with the MiSTer, right? You keep unlocking libraries. Not only do you have virtually all of the PlayStation 1 library now, thanks to that amazing core. I mean, we're getting Saturn eventually now, but Sega 32X came out recently, and, you know, here we now have Super Game Boy fully playable on this thing, too, and I keep adding stuff to it. It's just insane. Now, don't get me wrong, I know you can play all these things in software emulation. Software emulation is great. We're not going to, like, harp on that. I think all these emulation options are cool. I know probably still call this emulation on some level. But just the fact that the MiSTer keeps adding features and adding games, and, like, this is a Game Boy game now. I mean, you would not have this normally, right? And this is what this provides. If we look here now, we can go here and disable the special color palette and just put the basic, like, you know, this is probably what you'd think of Game Boy. But then you do this, and I don't remember how many colors it adds. I mean, it's maybe up to 16 total or something like that. But it does make a big difference. And of course, the special border we're getting here. Very bright, cheerful border. I think we can, yeah, we can paint our own border here. Look at this. You can select your own. Create your own palettes. A little brown, perhaps. Just lots of brown and gray. This is the ultimate way to play this game. We're not going to do that, but you can, right? If you're so inclined. And then also draw your own border, which I thought was really silly and funny when I was a kid, but it doesn't really add a lot, right? Because, I mean, you can... Yeah, I'm going to start a Super Game Boy NFT border endeavor, and no, sorry. I think you can even color on the screen if you're so inclined. You shouldn't. Hey, let's play the game like this. But you know what? They let you, because, I mean, the biggest thing for me was, of course, playing these games on the big screen, right? That was awesome, and I played Donkey Kong 94, I think this one's called, right? That's what it's referred to, Donkey Kong 94, because it came out in 1994. Play that exclusively on the Super Game Boy. I did not play it on my Game Boy at all, because of all the enhanced features. And I had friends in school that were like, oh, we bought a Super Game Boy to get games cheaper, because they were cheaper to buy, of course, because you want to buy a Game Boy game. It was cheaper than buying a Super Nintendo game. And, I mean, that made sense. Of course, the Super Nintendo games were advanced on every level, but... Perfect. Now we can play the game like this. We're not going to play the game like this. But you can if you want to. Let's see, let's go to the... Where's the normal border? I have regrets. There we go. I apologize for people that are, you know... Or if you remember this game, I have never really played this at all, but they keep adding stuff like this, and I think that's what's so cool. It's like, if you just like a piece of this, like one of the games or one of the systems or something, it's just like a bonus getting everything else. So I'm terrible at Kirby because I haven't really played it at all. I think I was just outside the intended range for it. Not saying it's not for any age kids. I mean, I play games or whatever, so... But I don't think I was into this at the time. I always like the Kirby games for what they seem to push the hardware, like, very bright, big, colorful sprites and everything, so... It debuted on the Game Boy, I think, right? The intent was to create a new mascot. And that's where I like the MiSTer too, because it's just the fact that it's so easy to use too. Yeah, very. It's the fact that the MiSTer, and I think that's something that gets passed over a lot too. It's really easy to use. Like, it doesn't take a lot to set up. And just grab the egg off that dude. That's not very nice. You can really just vacuum up everything. The fact that out of the box, just installing the MiSTer by using the script or whatever, you're pretty much ready to go. You can tweak to your heart's content, but if you just want, I'm just gonna play Super Nintendo or Genesis or, you know, the popular ones, you're done. You know, like, just plug in stuff and then set the settings and you're off. That's it. There's not much you have to mess with, versus even RetroPie, I think you have to tweak a lot to get to work. Now, some things that I was supposed to push the button there. Yay. Some things you're, you know, supposed to tweak on a RetroPie, and you can get pre-done images and whatnot, but I like the fact that the MiSTer is pretty much out of the box, ready to go. There's just a few things that are recommended for setting, like, you know, set this resolution to your screen stuff. Come with the pro tips already here. Yeah, it's not very hard, but... yeah... That's the thing, too, with... I enjoy RetroArch, but I also... Maybe it's my own fault. I have never had a good setup that's good to go. Like, I feel the fact that the MiSTer just kind of works... say what you will about, like, prettiness. I mean, it's... Hey, I've rescued a hamster. 10 out of 10. Game of the year. Like that. My hamster has an umbrella. This game is amazing. I think that once you take the time to configure it and everything, and something I like to do is you know, use, like, I want to put a RetroPie inside one of the arcade setup I have, which is just in, like, a pre-built thing or whatever. And I think that a RetroPie there is perfect for that purpose, because I'm on more of the kind of, like, I forgot to push the button. Whee! And one more of that pretty experience or whatever the MiSTer doesn't necessarily provide. And it's cheaper because I have one already, right? But as far as usability, the MiSTer is just, it's basic by design. And as far as, like, complicated use. And there's tons of stuff to tweak, but if you just want to play games, it just works. And I think that's something that's forgotten. There's tons of configuration in RetroArch and the RetroArch or RetroArch. I would say RetroArch, I guess. And it's a very fine emulation platform. All these emulation platforms are great, but the MiSTer is very simple to use. I think that's something like it's not that complicated. I think it's the hardware looks intimidating, I guess, but I find it to be my... Yeah, they're expensive. There's no denying that, but yeah. Oh yeah, the Pi 4s. Yeah, the Pi 4s, of course, are amazing too on what they can do for a single board machine, you know? We've been able to do this on PCs for a long time, but being able to do it on a single board machine is very impressive. But the Pis are so expensive now. And that's more the market, you know? Nothing fault of the, was it Adafruit Industries, whoever made it? I can't remember. Nothing in the fault of them, of course, that's just market forces. Can I not get that? Fine. I don't know how to play this game. Yeah, and I think that there's diminishing returns too, as far as like that goes. Some of these, like, you know, pixel platformer games, they rely a lot on quick response time, which got less... I mean, it feels like the same way I'm fine with some aliasing and everything in 3D games. Once you get into the heavy 3D games, it doesn't feel as important. You know, we got to the generation of Bluetooth controllers and all this stuff, and there's some light latency. As long as it's consistent, it's perfectly fine. But a lot of these, like, retro games, they really cherish with that extreme low latency you get with the MiSTer platform. But I'm very quick to say any platform is awesome because we don't need gatekeeping in this. Everyone's doing it because it's fun, right? I forgot to put the button again. I did change the palette though, so there's a dedicated button on the Super Nintendo here now that you can push to change the color palette, and that brown might be a little better. Yeah, let's do that next then. Whoa, he's a bad guy now. Oh! Ow, my hamster! It is easy, but it's still fun. I do have a flashcard for my Game Boy, and I should really try this out too, so... yeah, I know. Did I get my own notification I was live? Dancing hamsters. Yeah, and it's funny, it's like... It just, everyone wants their platform to be the best, and it's just... There's so much drama. And unfortunately, people tend to stoke the drama, and just, it is what it is, but... The MiSTer is awesome. I think RetroPie and everything associated with that is awesome too. Software emulation on computers is awesome. All these stuff are great. Just options, right? And I really enjoy what FPGAs have brought to us. Like, it's, you know, we get really hardware close emulation of whatever you want to call it, but... Oh, it is. Well, there we go. I think I like the brown better here. It's a little... straight in your face, but because they keep adding features too. And I mean, you look at MAME, right? It's like it started out a long time ago, and that was unthinkable that you could play all the arcade games on your home machine now, which you can, and it's still emulation, but it's just people want the MiSTer to be something more, so then we attribute different words to it. It shouldn't be matter if it's emulation or not. I mean, technically it is emulation, but it's just whatever. Be nice. Simple as that. I have an owl hat. Why haven't I ever played this game? This game is amazing. And you think about, I mean, yes, we have the enhanced stuff now from the Game Boy, Super Game Boy, but this would otherwise run on a Game Boy itself, so I see why the, these land games are expensive. I know the Kirby, Mario, Wario, I know those games are, especially Game Boy, or sorry, Pokemon, are all expensive on the Game Boy. I always find it funny with these games too that were produced in like, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of copies, but they're still expensive, so used. It feels a little like cheat mode, you can just vacuum up everyone. I never understood, yeah, there's that thing with RetroArch, that's really unfortunate, and just, I hate to see bad people wreck for everyone else. And I think for me right now, I think that if I had a fully set up, like, software emulation thing, which I'm planning on doing on the arcade machine eventually, I think I would enjoy it, but I swear I spend way more time tinkering with any RetroPie related setup, and I spend way more time playing games with the MiSTer, and I think that, for me, tells me what, so... Oh, drama, and, like, there was some stealing of code and a whole bunch of stuff. I don't remember the whole thing, but just internet drama, and people being not nice. So, be nice. The music is really great in this, and I've taken a really liking to the Game Boy library of music. It is really amazing. And they used it so well. I think when you take limitations in the hardware, right, you get very creative. And then you listen to some music being composed today for Game Boy, and you know, there's DJs that use an actual Game Boy live to make music and stuff, and it sounds amazing because they work within the limitations. And you look at, especially the hardware, like on the Game Boy, how limited it was. And the idea was to use off-the-shelf parts, no real custom components or anything, and it really is limited. But of course, we know what made it take off was the purchase price and easily interchangeable games and cheap games. And I mean, the Game Boy was just took off. I mean, it was for the longest time the best-selling console, I think, for forever, right? So Yeah, it was a bad thing related to the awesome developer of Nier. But yeah, it's a deep topic to discuss. But yeah, it's like anything else, you get stuff like that, and it just yeah. Why can't people be nice? This is that hard. What I don't understand is that just because you prefer a method, I like having a discussion. If someone says like, hey, this new feature's out here on RetroArch or whatever, that like, you know, the look ahead and stuff like that, great, it can reduce lag, it's a cool feature and everything. That doesn't invalidate every other platform. Just because the MiSTer is good at this doesn't invalidate every other platform. I'm not sure why everyone has to take a camp. Can we all just enjoy this? We live in an unrivaled golden age of retro right now. You can play retro on everything. I mean, your phone, for crying out loud. And, I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox, but just... it's not hard to be nice. Yeah. Alright. So, this is Super Bomberman. Also, Super Game Boy Enhanced, as we see here now. Oh, Bomberman, they're so quirky. But yeah, you get the border. I don't know, not that many games use the enhanced sound, I think, right? A lot of them, or, you know, quite a few did, but I don't know that many used. Because you have, basically, the Super Game Boy enhancement can be between a border, enhanced color palette, enhanced music, or audio. And I guess that's it, right? I don't think there's anything else. The border, the color palette, and the enhanced audio. So yeah. Yes, Bomberman's good. It's funny because I did not know, growing up in Europe, we had Dino Blaster on the game, which I do have the original box for still, and I realized after a while that's literally Bomberman 1. I don't know why they call it Dino Blaster in... So yeah, what we can see here now, if we look here at the color palette, right, if we switch to the default color palette, or like, you know, the Game Boy Green, look how many more extra colors you get. And I think what they did a lot of time, they added an extra coloring on the title screen, stuff like that, which are probably, I'm guessing, statically stored on here for that extra stuff, versus gameplay then. There's so much good music on the Game Boy, or came out of the Game Boy, right? So, look at that, it's changing the, they're actually changing the border based on your level here now, too. That's awesome. You can tell which developers went all in on it. And then Monster Trial, Monster Count. I don't know which one's which, but defeat all monsters within the time period. Okay. Oh, I should have gone to Monster Count. Oh well. Look at this extra stuff. Very, very royal here. Yes, Bomberman and Ultima Underworld. Oh, that's great. I know, that's the thing with Bomberman, all the monsters are super... Oh! Whoa! Not cool, bro. Come on, walk in. Look! Go take a look at that. Solid. And you can get upgrades, too. Bomberman has been, you know, the same kind of thing for forever, right? So it doesn't often innovate, but it's still a solid gameplay loop. That's where I think the MiSTer is really cool too, because you tend to forget you're playing on this kind of thing, right? So where are you gonna go? Oh, that's not gonna work. There. High chance of getting you there now. Aha! Now I just gotta find the exit. Oh, look at that. You want to get the upgrades so it increases your bomb blast and the amount of bombs you can drop and everything. You gotta be careful, though. The biggest challenge with Bomberman, of course, is to get caught in your own blast. You don't want to do that, so... we're gonna look for some upgrades here. Space Invaders, huh? Yeah, there's so many that... what I really enjoy doing this, it's exploring all these games that either, you know, they're expensive to buy, or it's just fun. Like, I'm doing that a lot with Sega CD and stuff like that, because I'm probably not gonna buy a Sega CD now unless I fall on one, right? It's a lot of maintenance, things like that, and it's a commitment to get into a new platform. I would love someone at some point, but I can enjoy the entire library on a CRT, basically 1-for-1 on a MiSTer today, which that's where I think the platform really shines, is to how close to hardware layer it gets and how true to the experience it is. And if you use a, you know, a controller that's appropriate, then it really feels like a real thing. So really, I love the soundtrack in Dino Blaster. I think it's Dino Blaster Bomberman 1. Is that correct? It sure sounds like it, but you are out of here. And watch out for that too, because you chain detonate. After a while, the blast gets so large, it can be a problem. This is gonna, yeah, now you see how big the blast radius is now. Wham! Gonna walk into it? Sure do. But it's funny because, I mean, the Bomberman formula hasn't really changed, right? I don't know the last, like, Bomberman games that came out or anything like that, but they certainly have stuck to the formula. Walk into it. There we go. Exit, exit, exit. The blast is very large now. So, I know. Because here's the thing with Zelda, the A Link to the... or Link's Awakening. That is, the original one, right, was never Super Game Boy Enhanced. And then the Game Boy, or sorry, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX is a Game Boy Color game. So no, it was never Super Game Boy Enhanced. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't, so... Keep bringing us the heavy facts here. Hard knowledge. I think it's interesting because you know, even if you heard some stuff, there's a lot of really cool, like, yes, everyone heard that. It was. I'll take a look then. I could have sworn it was not like DX enhanced, or it was not. Oh, it's a big blast radius now. That when I played it, it only had a border. So okay, I mean you're correct then. You're technically correct, the best kind of correct. I looked at it and I thought, like, it does not have the extra color palette, I think. Maybe it does. Okay, I could be wrong, but I think it basically, as I understood it, uses just the border, but nothing extra, maybe. But who knows? We'll find out when we try it. You want to hear my best claim to fame on that stuff? So when I was a kid playing Link to the Past, which, I mean, one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, I think it's high up for many people. Such a great game on every level. I did not know that you could reflect the blast from Aghanim, the evil wizard. I'm probably saying that wrong, right? You used a Master Sword? Makes sense, because you're probably a smart child and you figured that out. No. I used a bug net. That was the only thing I could figure out. So I used a bug net, and that's what I used. And I reflected the beam with the bug net, and you can. And that's how I beat him. I beat the game that way. I had no clue you could use the Master Sword to bounce it, which is a lot easier. Because the Master Sword, you just swing and it bounces back. But the bug net, you gotta time the spin. That's the only way I knew, so. But yeah, there's a lot of games that use this enhancement, and it's a very fine way to play a lot of these Game Boy games on the big screen. And then you're thinking right now, yeah, we play on a flat panel or whatever. But I mean, back then, being able to play a Game Boy on the big screen, supported officially from Nintendo, was a big deal. I remember being just amazed by it, trying all my games on it, because it was so cool to be able to see the game in that size, right? So the blast is ginormous now, and I'm terrified. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, especially on the MiSTer, when you can play the game in the Game Boy Color mode directly, right? That's the thing, it's kind of a little bit of a Wild West on what's supported or not, and that makes it difficult. There are some lists online, but I had even trouble finding it for the stream, just like a good, concise list of games to try, so I'm relying on your guys' recommendations now. It's nice to see which games to try, because I wouldn't have tried this one. But the Bomberman gameplay loop is so addictive. It's easy to get stuck in this. But, you know, the MiSTer gives you the option to do both, so... There we go. Did I get exit now? No, I still have one bad guy. It's super easy to get caught in your own blast in this game. You kind of get lulled into a false sense of security, and then you have a bad time. No, he's going down. Sorry. Bluey! Oh, I can drop so many bombs now, and it's terrifying. That's what inevitably happens. It's not the monster to get you in this game. You blow yourself up always inevitably, because your blast radius gets so large, so... but yeah, that's the thing, is like, I know there's compatibility lists, but like, for, say, I think the list of fully Super Game Boy Advance games, like, this seems to be one, right? It's got audio special, it's got a border, it's got extra color, everything. And I don't think the list of games that were like that was that long. For example, the Donkey Kong 94, which is my favorite there. Most of the games were not that. They had a border or maybe the palette, but the fact that it existed was still cool. I mean, there was no other way to play Game Boy games on a big screen, especially back then. Like, computers could start emulating. You were getting that, but it wasn't like a done deal at that point, right? Uh-oh. Yeah, Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3 are all enhanced, I think. I don't know to what level. They certainly have enhancement, so... One monster left. So I don't think, I remember right, when I was testing it, I don't think it adds like the border. I don't know that the Donkey Kong Land ones adds the full shebang, I think. So that's a little unfortunate. I mean, again, there's some, they just weren't bothered with it, you know, whatever, so. Okay, my blast is a 4, it's max now, so that's good. What I like with Dino Blaster is that you have a store you can go to buy upgrades and you use and save them between levels and stuff like that. Get down. I forgot he's wearing a hat. Yeah, the borders are like, you know, it's cool, especially the ones that just throw on a border nothing else. I mean, it's neat, but oh my. Oh. That was a little... Oh. I'm getting a little, gutsy here with this. Oh, come on. What? How many bombs do you need? There we go. Whew. I am the one that bombs. Look at that extra color. So I mean, I don't know if it stores the colorization here on the cartridge or if it stores the actual bitmap of this or whatever image, and it throws it up. Like, I don't know how the technology behind it works there. I assume it just stores an additional image, right? It doesn't like layer on top. But it's a neat way. I mean, I think it was a really cool thing. And then, of course, they... All right. I don't get what they're... I don't get what they're referencing. It does layer? Okay. It's still fascinating technology. And again, I think the Game Boy is... I watched MVG, a Modern Vintage Gamers video on how the Game Boy graphics work. And that was really informative. I didn't really understand it much, but just how much it does with so little makes you appreciate the fast-scrolling games and the one that do move smooth. Regeneration Swamp. I'll do Hideout Swamp. Defeat all the monsters. But beware of the hideout ones. Ah. Mm-hmm. This is lovely. You probably did. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to push. Select just loses a life. Okay. So that is the give up button. I didn't realize that was the button for that. So that's neat. We'll play something more action-oriented here soon, but yeah, it's... This is still just a terrific enhancement for it, really. And one that would make it, you know... There's one right there. Surprise! Well worth playing it this way. Except when you die over and over. And Bomberman has always been a little puzzle-like, so... And I even forget, like, just, you know, now that the Super Game Boy is supported like this, there's nothing more you have to do, it just... Need a light. It just works. You're good to go. No real configuration. I guess the one thing we had to configure was the BIOS file for this, and that was it. So now that will vary from core to core, of course, so... Oh, I see the clam down there, so no more hidden ones. Just gonna get down there. Oh, there's... Slow moving, at least. Kirby's Pinball Land. Oh, I was looking at chat. Ah. Game over. Alright, what do we say for platforming? Let's check out, actually, one that I think that's actually pretty cool is, Castlevania Legends is one of the Castlevania games, and I always enjoy those on the Game Boy. There's something satisfying core with it, and it's got a fantastic rendition of, Bloody Tears as well. It has some... Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot about that. We'll do Space Invaders next here, but it has some enhancements. I don't think it uses the improved color palettes. Maybe it does. Yep, sure does. And it even has the everything, so... It's a cool enhancement. There's a story. I think there's a vampire or something. I don't know. I keep track. Evening Boca, welcome. Listen to that. So I need to turn it up. Is it too quiet? What a terrific rendition of... And they do so much with so little. Ow. Ow. Freaking bats. And that makes it just like... That's where I just really come to appreciate the Game Boy for what it is. I know it's always been popular, but like... There are some terrific experiences on the Game Boy. Beating games? I don't beat games. Orb. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just... It's well worth the investment. Now, again, getting your hands on one is the kicker, right? Oh! Oh! Party foul. And it's just, you know, availability, price, all that good stuff. It is challenging, but if you can swing it, MiSTer is a awesome thing to have in your retro arsenal. And it's become one of my favorite ways to enjoy retro games. Like, if I just want to sit down and play a game, we're supposed to just scope one out. Like, 'cause it's harder and harder to collect games, right? If you want to go buy a game, you can find them, but getting so expensive is not quite as fun anymore. Ooh, gotta climb down, I know it's a... And games like this on this platform are pretty expensive. Now, I do have a flash card again for the Game Boy itself, so that takes care of that. But just being able to play games like this and enjoy them, especially on a CRT, which the MiSTer makes very easy. So, between CRT Emu Driver on a PC and messing with like timings and everything, the fact that you get an analog board, or even use the direct VGA output, and you're done. It just works, and that's what the MiSTer, I think, has something that people don't realize as much is the ease of use. I mean, again, especially playing on a 1-up. Oh, we're up. Especially playing on a CRT again. Oh. Ah. Oh no, the respawn. Oh, and I died by falling down. Oh, all the way here? Harsh! Retro games, man. Am I right? Who needs them? Checkpoints. Interesting, yeah. Testing different edge cases. That's the thing, too. You can always push the limit in what you can do. So yeah, the D10 Nano board, I think you're probably in the $200 to $250 range, right? That's the big ticket item. But if you just want to play basic games on a flat panel, just the board, a memory module, it's going to be, yeah, $60 for the top one. And then a USB or a SD card of some variety, right? Or you can store on network if you want. And then you need a USB hub that is supported by here, an OTG hub that you would use for a phone is like $5, $10, and you're good. I mean, that's it. It works with just about any controller you can imagine, and you can build from there, especially if you need analog input or output. Show my RAM stick if I need to. And it's funny, here's the thing, I still have the small RAM module. I do not have the full 128 meg or whatever that everyone seems to buy. I bought a small one to start with. I still have not bought the big one, and mostly because I haven't played, there's some Game Boy Advance titles that don't work with that, and there's quite a few Neo Geo titles that don't work with the current RAM stick I have. That's the biggest restriction right now, but otherwise, I mean, you see me stream on this a lot, and I still have the 32 or whatever. So you can buy a smaller one and get, Candle Ham. Oh, for Pete's sake, again? Like, I'm not going to play this game that long, but I really want to get through that one spot there. Now, unfortunately, there are no cheats for this one yet. The core is too new. So, in Game Boy, you probably have a cheats database as well you can enable, but not here yet. I'm going to get past that one point. What's the deal with movement speed in Castlevania anyway? Why do you move so slow? Alucard doesn't count, but... ham. We will get past that one point. Now, that's the only thing that matters for a stream is getting past that one point. Yeah, that's right. I was trying to test that one. That was a really good one. That plays great, too. There was a lot of really good games on the Game Boy. Again, considering how limited the platform was, the Super Game Boy fills in a few gaps, but the fact that the Game Boy itself can play so many of these games well, it speaks so well how it works. So, and yeah, you're right. The big one memory module isn't that much. You're spending that much already. It's like, you know, you bought 128, you're safe basically. But I started with the 32, and I just haven't decided yet to get a bigger one. So. Alright, let's see. Yeah, and they keep getting arcade cores too, and what Slower was talking about, yeah, getting the actual Sega arcade version of Outrun here is pretty amazing. Maybe we'll just forgo that extra life there and just go down the hole. Ah! Oh. I'm pushing up to grab the... That's just so iffy. But the character does move really slow in this game. Oh, great music, yeah. But yeah, we enabled a low-pass filter, and thanks for the tip. That's great. I see you there, Bats. There's several Castlevania games on the Game Boy, and some are... Like, the first one that came out, I think, is not this one. Castlevania Adventure, that one's even more slow, if possible. It's not a great experience. It was the first one, I think, that came out. Of course, they improved the formula. And there's... Which one are we even playing now? I forgot. Castlevania Legends. Yeah, there's another one. The third one, too, right? That's even better. I don't remember if this is the third one or the second one, so... Whoa, catch Mac. Whoa! You have entered the dance scene from Thriller. Oh, that's not good. I can't get out of this. Well, that's lame. How the heck do you avoid this? Like this, I guess? Cool. That was neat. Let's not go down there again. Huh. Eating Bruce, welcome. Yeah, the Saturn Core I'm really excited for too now. The developer for that is in Ukraine, so I mean they need all the time they can get, of course. But it is a very exciting prospect of having that SRG3. No, I can't remember who developed it, but or was working on it. But they're the ones that gave us the 32X core, which is kind of the step for that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Sega 32X is basically one of the processor units that the Saturn has two of, right? So they're closer than you think. I feel I want to jump up here. Quite a good jumping range there. Okay, so SRG 320, yeah. And of course the 32X core is amazing, so... Those branching paths here? Might be something good up there, like, you know, Candle Ham. Climb, climb, climb. This looks awful. Ham. As a kid, I would have loved this and just played it. I mean, beating it is very different, but I would have at least given it a good attempt and like get a little further each time. This is old school classic platforming at its finest. Yeah, if you were buying retro stuff before I got like crazy too, you'd probably... Oh, I got into one of those rooms again. Oh, for Pete's sake. I was able to get into the spot earlier with no damage taken, but... What the heck? Ooh, that is a cool... No. Alright, stop Castlevania there. Alright, Space Invader. We'll check that out. Yeah, Space Invaders. There we go. Oh, interesting. So let's see. What did we start with? We played Kirby's Dream Land 2. Eden Sucro. The SNES Game Boy MiSTer, all of it. Super Game Boy or Arcade? Whoa. Which ones do we play now? We played a little bit of Conquers, because I didn't realize that was a game. And then now Castlevania Legends here. We're going to have to switch to Donkey Kong soon, because that's one of my favorites on this platform. But we're just hopping around some games so far. And this is a Super Game Boy version of Space Invaders. It is an arcade. I mean, to be fair, this is pretty neat compared to playing the game on here then, which is pretty basic. Oh, we're doing full color, baby. Watch as I shoot through our own shield. The madman! The madman! I should probably tell everyone I'm terrible at Space Invaders. Before my time. Although I remember, there was a family that had older kids that, like, they used to, like, babysit, or not babysitting, when I was older, just hang out there waiting for my parents to be done with work. And their son had an Atari 2600 he never played with anymore, so I got to play a few games on there. And I was more of a Nintendo 8-bit kid, right? So for me, it felt like, oh my goodness. This is so, like, rudimentary, playing Burger. Yes! Burger time and... Ah. 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 I'm terrible at Space Invaders. Yeah, more. Ah. Well, Space Invaders. That was a little very spectrum-y. Yeah, we'll do black and white. It's funny to think, too, like, you know, this seems rudimentary now, but I watched the documentary High Score, which I thought was fascinating on Netflix. High Score, that is. And, like, I didn't realize how much Space Invader just took the world by storm. If I'm trying to hit in between there, I'm doing a fantastic job. How many times have they resold this game? Shooting so fast. Boom. Ah. Sorry, this is the most white knuckle game so far. Not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. I can get the spaceship at least. Oh, there we go. I'll try it one more time. Whew. Yeah, it's like there's some, you know, good games on 2600, but I think as far as like, you know, playing it today, it is an interesting, interesting console. So of course you can again see the different settings here. We can go to a, you know, Game Boy Color or just Game Boy, right? This is enhanced, of course, including the border. I haven't watched the original Futurama for so long now. That's so much fun. I could never get the last one. My brother always got it for me. I'm excellent at that there. What a simple mechanic. That again, took the world by storm. Very well suited for the game more, really. I'm just terrible at it. I don't think I'm going to keep trying this as long as I did with Castlevania there to get the one hole. Whoop. Sorry, I'm in focus mode now. It won't make a difference. Welcome to Earth. Why are they going so fast? It's not fair. Yes. And you start over. I'm just excited I got it through one level. That's about as long as I play Space Invaders. We'll play on to continue, or... It's hard not having lived through that arcade era, right, where it was just like in the 70s stuff, where early 80s, where stuff like this took over. So... That's right, what was the other mode? We'll switch to that too, but yeah, I'm assuming we have to do a reset. Take that spaceship. Oh. Yeah, that was... I love Independence Day. It's so corny, and it's so 90s, and it's so ridiculous, and... I gobbled that up when it came out. Oh, that was poor. Alright, well, let's do a reset, and then we'll select the other one. Whew. That was a lot of focus there. Didn't help, though. Arcade mode. Whoa. So it actually launches the full arcade here? That's really cool. And now, is that on the Game Boy itself or only on the Super one? Because, I mean, this is not something you get on the Game Boy, right? Huh. Well, I'll be darned. So it's just included? Wow. Practice mode. I realize the blips and loops are pretty quiet here. We gotta have higher blips and loops, right? Look at that. Hmm. Fascinating. Gamer gaming? I guess the game is so small that, yeah, they actually allowed us to use the Super Nintendo component there to actually play the whole arcade game. That's impressive. The shots travel so much faster, too. So then this would not be available, I assume, to play at all on the Game Boy itself, right? So... So iconic. I mean, this spaceship and those aliens have showed up in every pop culture thing ever. Video games, man. They're fun, aren't they? I don't know why this game requires so much focus from me. Those old school arcade games, man. Oh, there we go. Haha, instead of shooting where I was, you should have shot where I was going to be. I butchered that one, but... Whoa, 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 hey! Oh! Game over. Ah. Move left to right, drop down, increase speed, reverse direction. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I guess it will be a Super Game Boy exclusive. Is there under a game like that that is similar like that has like a hidden mode like this. Because I mean, again, I can try it. I have the flash card here for Game Boy. I doubt that. So yeah, really interesting. Oh, sorry, you missed that on the Tandy. Yeah, that's always tricky. Finding stuff like that local is so hard anymore. But all right, a Space Invader, which is really cool. But now we're gonna play the one that one of my favorites on this whole platformer. For those that haven't played it, it's not Shaq Fu, sorry, but the Donkey Kong. But yeah, that's a really neat idea. But of course, with the Space Invaders being such a small game, probably in size, but this game is much louder. This game uses the whole 9 yards. We did play Shaq Fu earlier, of course, so. Or it was on in the background while I was introducing everything, but this game was, for me, the poster child for this system, because I had never played this on Game Boy, only on the Super Game Boy, and it even has the Super Game Boy game pack on here. And it has, yeah, the colors, the audio, the borders. I mean, it's a first-party title, right? So Nintendo went kind of all in on this one. And some of this acrobatics and everything spawned on the, Mario vs. Donkey Kong in those games. But was there another acrobatic Mario like this before this? So, yeah, so, yeah, just that. I played that quite a bit. I'm beating it. This one I played a lot. I think I have a save on my original cartridge here, probably. That's still towards the end. Yeah, this is my original copy from when I was a kid. Let me look what the save file is still alive on this thing. Oh, Game Boy handy right here. Let's see what the save file is. I think it's on the very last levels. I think I got tired of it by then, because it just, I mean, it does drag on. Nope. Saves are gone. Battery's gone. New. Oh, well. A dozen hours from my childhood. So I think the idea was that this game was developed to be, Game Boy game, straight up, right? But then they added the enhanced Super Game Boy. The idea was to just bridge because I mean, the Super Game Boy came out late in 1994, right? I think pretty darn late. So it was, well past the prime for the Game Boy itself. And see, when did it come out? In 1994, right? So this was kind of like a gap thing at the end of the life cycle for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, to kind of give it more life. And like, hey, you know what? All those Game Boy games you have collected over the time, now you can play them on your Super Nintendo. Wasn't that cool? And that was something that was, brand new. And before that, you were not able to play Game Boy games on here. And now, there were a lot of games that were enhanced, but most games did not have any enhancement at all and just played, right? So this Donkey Kong does something a little interesting. Like, it starts as a normal Donkey Kong game. Although you do have a little extra few tricks, because, Mario's an acrobat in here. Yeah, that's the thing. I said I had friends in school that were like, we bought a Super Game Boy so we could buy cheaper games, because it was expensive to buy the full price SNES games, SNES games, whatever you want to call it. But this game uses all the stuff to great effect. Whoa, I burned to crisp. Whoops. I was getting a little too overconfident there. This game plays really well, and it's still a joy to play, honestly. Forget the one-up. There's plenty of lives to get in this game as you keep playing it. It's one of those, like, with the Mario games. You just rack up extra lives as you go along, so you don't have to worry about collecting too many. It's more like Oh, that was very poor timing. It has extreme puzzle elements in this game. I'm playing very poorly now, but it actually gets easier once you get past the beginning stages here. At least in the beginning, as they kind of let you get used to the format. Let's see, where is the... There we go. And it turns into almost exclusively a puzzle platformer. Every stage has a puzzle you have to solve, so... Alright, see you later, Sucro. Have a good one. See you later. But I like the fluidity of this game. Because you can do moves like that. Whoa, oops. I didn't mean to run into Donkey Kong himself. Whoa, hey! You have a concussion. I'm playing it really, really sloppily now, but... Come here, you. Get on my hammer! I love that it lets you do that, like, kind of throw it up like that. Whoops. Hello? And bye-bye, Mr. Kong. There we go. Oh, we actually did have Sega Channel. I mean, I've heard... I didn't grow up here, right? So it wasn't in Europe, unless I'm mistaken, but that was a really cool one. Now the game, like, hang on, this is just Donkey Kong. What happened? And he runs away, and you gotta chase after him. Now it turns into a puzzle platformer with keys and a whole bunch of cool stuff, and I think this is a super neat concept. And, I mean, I don't think they did any other Donkey Kong games like this before this, right? Again, we talked about the, big city, and they have different theme levels, and of course, we got a pretty extreme, like, color difference here, because you go to just, this will be your Game Boy experience, right, or whatever palette you want to use, but the default Game Boy, but it actually is very enhanced, and this plays really, really good. So yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong was the next one, and then they have the, there's several in that series. You can pick up stuff. Ooh. Each level has like kind of this, both a puzzle and also then solving it, right? Now there are no bad guys, but I can pick up all the stuff. And it's got quite a few moves that you have to execute pretty well later on, so... Yeah, no, unfortunately no cheats on here. But this game plays really, really well. It's still fun to play, because, like, I mean, it's kind of like a timeless design. But the fact they went for such a thing... Nah, nothing. Oh well. And then you gotta beat Donkey Kong as you keep going. Yeah, March of the Minis, that's the next one after that, right? After Mario vs. Donkey Kong. You can do this too, which is just wild. Whee! You have so many moves in your arsenal, which I think is really cool. Thought I could throw the key on him there, but... The key will disappear after a while if you leave it alone, so you don't want to do that. Ah! So yeah, but both the, yeah, that's the thing, they do that, like, they kind of open up the different things and kind of give you, you know, you can set the level design incentivizes you to using those moves, right? Yeah, they just they keep throwing different extra lives at you. Wait, I played this quite a bit. I'll clear out as much as I can here now. Not that guy. Oops. It's like Mario's a full acrobat. I love the little fake they do in the beginning there. Can't lift that dude. I can't lift him though. Can't carry the key, but I can carry you. Alright, and stop my solar. See you next time. Some of these I have to focus a little. Oh, that was bad. I think I'm still alive. Okay, I think I need to get up here and get that. There we go. Now I can focus on getting the key over there. Or I think I can just throw it up. So there's like, I mean, it's a puzzle element, right? You can solve it in many different ways, so... Yeah, this game is just rife with new mechanics, and I think that threw me off a little bit. It's like, they just jammed everything in here. There's so many different things you can do, and so many different options on how to beat a level. And they always give you an extra life here, right? So... And then you have to basically fight Donkey Kong over and over, so... That's the thing, too. I kind of thought, but then I read about it in here. Oops. Oh, that's right. I have to keep going here. Keep like, there's something I'm missing here. And the fact you can block his... Oh. Like that. There's so many options you can do here to progress here. Like, again, I can block the stuff coming down. Can I make it? Oh, oh. Woo! Made it. Yeah. No, this thing is like, you look on here, is Donkey Kong. And it's got a great, the fact that they got this little psych out in the beginning, right? And then it opens up into this, like, huge, like... And now you have more mechanics introduced, too. And they keep adding stuff. And I remember being impressed by this. I kept getting pulled along. Because each level, it's self-contained, right? And it didn't feel like... I don't know. It's a really neat game. And again, I have not played on the Game Boy at all, so... Port it natively to somewhere else? Yeah, that's true. This would run on, you know, all the emulators, of course, but... Hi, Zoe. But now you get even more mechanics. That are the bridge-building ones. Guess I cannot pick that dude up. Oh, hi, Zoe. Ow, ow, ow. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Nice, easy level to start with this mechanic, and there you go. Yeah, sure can. You didn't know Mario could ride mice? I'm trying to think of any game that introduced more mechanics. I mean, maybe Mario 64 would be the one, but this one is just ridiculous in the amount of stuff it introduces. And yeah, it wasn't marketed at all, and the fact that it's called Donkey Kong, too. I mean, it's like, it's not Donkey Kong Acrobatics or anything, it's just Donkey Kong. Limited edition Rick's Random Retro Zoe plush, yeah, there you go. Evening, Christian. So now you have to build some ladders, too. And not get burned here. if we can avoid it. Let's race! Oh, so close. There we go. Let's see, now we need... Oh. Oh, I have to redo that one. That was a poor calculation on my side there. Hurry, hurry. It's just enjoyable puzzles. Like, there's, you know, the execution of being able to do it to begin with, but then planning it and figuring out how you're going to beat the level. That's really fun, so. Yeah, probably someone started playing Donkey Kong and like, oh, great, whatever. You get a little idea that there's more moves and stuff like that, but... I don't know that they marketed this at all, really, so... In this way. And then if you beat each level here now, or stage area, you get to a new biome, if you will. Get out of here. Oh, I'll need that, You get out of here, too. Oh, I need to put a ladder down, I see. I don't need you here now. Pretty clever. Let's see. Oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. Come on. What? I threw the key up here. Oh, dang it. Oh. I got 20 viewers there for a little bit. Got some people interested in MiSTer. There we go. Now we have better time. Come on. Go, Mario, go! Go, Mario. So yeah, this is definitely my, you know, gem for this platform, if you will, but there's plenty more, of course. Yeah, alright, one up. Now we gotta actually fight Mr. Kong here. Yeah, I mean, Mario's straight up an acrobat in this one. Controls really well, too. Just say that. It feels very intuitive to play. Now, it's muscle memory, how it's coming back here, with all the movements. That little help there here from Pauline, right? I think it's in the Donkey Kong series. That is just a me on the Game Boy itself in here. But now you get to a new biome. You get to a forest area. Of course, again, this is all playable on the Game Boy itself, but I don't think I played a single stage on this on the Game Boy. I probably should try it. Only ever played it on the Super Game Boy. Alright, save. I think I should probably enable autosave. Yeah, there we go. And I will save every time you open the A little bit of here, but then what's another game that's anyone aware of any other Super Game Boy enhanced Game Boy games? I mean, we have plenty to pick from. I'm gonna ride this beetle. Good evening, welcome. Just gonna ride along the beetle here. Oh, I need that switch there. Oh. You can't lose a life just from falling. Is there any other... Oh, we need that. How long does that switch last? I can't remember. There we go. You collect all the 3 ones here. Borderland 2, yes, thank you. Okay, we can just ride this here. Whoop. Where's the door again? The back over here? Yeah, there we go. Oh, nice little, you know, touches like that, so... Borderland 2, yes, that's a good one. A little bit, yeah. Yeah, 1-up. See, like, not even without trying, you just pick up so many lives in this. It's near impossible not to have 99 lives by the time you're halfway through the game. We'll do one, we'll get to Donkey Kong here, and I think it saves after that. So now the levels are getting a little more sprawling. A little more challenging, you have to think about what's going on. Oh. Alright, now we have to go get the key and bring it all the way around here, so... Watch out for that spider. And, like, this is the right way to do a game like this. I mean, it's got so much going for it. Oh. Except when I do that. Alright, let's see if we can actually get this here now. Aha. Gotta ride it to victory. Alright, turn stuff by Bruce. See you next time. Alright. Yeah, we'll play to the Donkey Kong 1 there, and then we'll switch to Wario Land 2, which I did try a little bit, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely games I would like to have on the Game Boy itself, but again, like anything else, you say Wario, Pokemon, Mario, anything like that, and it gets expensive. And it's weird, because, I mean, they made so many copies of it, right? Yeah, okay, now we got some stuff going on here. Those are plants there, of course. We don't want to get blasted by those. Oh, I stood up too fast. Ah. But it's satisfying when you get it, so... Alright, thanks for stopping by. See you later. So you don't have to get these extras, of course. You can just finish a level if you're so inclined, but... we don't want to just bare minimum pieces of flair, so... What's this do here? Okay, so opens the door. Alright, well, it's easy enough. Whoa. Ah. Can't believe I pulled that one off. Alright. Is it 2 or 3 that's the Wario Land one? That's the good one, because the one that he wakes up and has a alarm clock or whatever, it looks really neat, but I really not played any of the Wario Land games at all. So, I'll let you guys decide on that one. Which one you prefer. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool experiences to have on here. And I mean, yes, you can play these in the Game Boy Core, but with the Super Game Boy being available now, it's just really, really neat. So, okay, so we might do 2 then and see. Like, we remember this run from Donkey Kong Jr. It's just really cool how they... like, the flexibility that you can do all this stuff, so... yeah... I'm gonna have to buy that one. That one expires this weekend, right? The TMNT one. And then, yeah, the Day of Tentacle one, I'm not sure I can skip that one. Maybe I'll hold out on buying it until it's the end of the reservation era. But what we're talking about is Limited Run Games is having some PC box sales there now. And the cool thing is, they tell you this move now, but you have all your arsenal of moves already. Like, from level 1. Which makes it a really cool way for you to use all of it, if you know it. But they don't tell you these until later here, like you saw they're using the feet there to block it, so... Well, there's like 100 levels in this game or something ridiculous like that, so... Saving, there we go. Alright, so... Wario Land 2, yeah, there we go. Super Game Boy Enhanced. Nice. Super Game Boy. And a reminder then for those that didn't see the beginning, Super Game Boy 1... had a timing issue with the crystal on and whatever, so it ran a little too fast, which is a smidge, but fast enough. When you played it, you didn't notice it, but side to side, Super Game Boy 2 corrected that and runs exactly the same clock speed as the Game Boy, so. Alright, you guys can watch this intro real quick while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Zoe's like, what did you get up? You can't move. There's a lot of backstory here. I think a lot of these, like, dudes come in and mess with Wario's house, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I pretty recently put an IPS screen in my original childhood Game Boy, and it made it really fun, and it makes me play more Game Boy games, you know. Ow, Zoe. When Zoe falls and she gets stuck and trying to get up, she uses claws. Right on my lap. Thank you very much, Chloe. Zoe, ouch. You know, I'm not sure. It might, because, I mean, of course, the Super Game Boy can't link the way that the Game Boy could with the link connector here, so maybe the 2 had. I never had the Super Game Boy 2, only 1. But if that's correct, that's really cool. That'd be a really neat way to play multiplayer games. I have a second Game Boy. My dad bought 2 when I was a kid, because he wanted us to play Tetris together as a family or whatever. And we did a little bit, but then ended up it's just that, you know, we kind of wore through the Game Boys themselves, and I broke both of them. So this one had a really bad screen. I'm making a video on this, actually, which should be out soon, hopefully. And the upgrade, and that's my childhood unit. They have another one that the screen is even worse on. I'm hoping to grab it next time I'm home in Sweden. And then I will You have to watch this now. Ah. And then fix that one up too, and then have 2 Game Boys available for link play and everything. I think when I was a kid, I squished the screen because I got so mad at the game, and yeah. That is not liked by the Game Boy. This one had just 2 couple small lines, and the other one has huge lines top down. And of course, none of the screens now are so affordable and usable. Like this upgrade has been phenomenal so far. I play this way more now than I used for a long time. You know, I'm not sure. Probably a radar mission, maybe? I don't know. Trying to think. Might have been Tetris. There's a lot of good choices there to get ticked off at. I had a history of getting very angry at games as a kid, and I have bite marks on one of my Super Nintendo controllers from that era. I still have it, and yeah. I didn't have a temper or anything. I just lost control with games. I'm too old for that now, and I just quit the game and do something else. That's why I can't handle these, like, super hard games very well. That you die over and over. Like, you know, even the ones that you restart quick. Turn off the alarm clock. I got the newer, there's an upgraded speaker in it, which is the funny playing one. This one, of course, does not use any enhanced colors. If you look at here, there's no color palette to choose from. You can pick borders, and that's all you get, so... So now we get to the scenario here where you have a game that is not enhanced with the extra features, just a border. Which is still neat, right? But it's not, like, color enhanced. And some, I think we saw probably a little more color during some of the intro sequences and stuff like that, but, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, there's some games that are designed around being hard, like Cuphead and stuff like that. It's not my kind of game. I like that Wario is basically invincible. He just, you know, loses money when he takes a hit. You think how quickly it went into games like this, because this is, of course, fully playable on the Game Boy itself, right? So, compared this to Super Mario Land 1, for example, which was, you know, pretty small game. Come on. There we go. Gotta get every coin. It's Wario, after all. Big coins. And it's easy to think like the Game Boy was like the weaker system and everything, but I mean it was still impressive the amount of type of games they got, and clearly going the route of just being monochrome and cheap components is what really helped it take off, right? So price was, as always, has been very important, and that was a smart choice. Like Gunpei Yoko, who was the Yokoi, was it, maybe? Was the main designer of the Game Boy. Of course, went on to make the Wonder Swan, trying to repeat the success, but did not get the same success as they had had with the original Game Boy. Let's just skip. I'm not going to play anything. I don't want to waste my money. So the objective here now is to figure out where your alarm clock is or what's going on with it. That's why there's such a ringing constantly. Yeah, just a bit, again, really appreciating the Game Boy for what it is. Of course, fond memories, but then you can pick up... The Game Boy is not super expensive to collect for still. While I have a flash card, which is very convenient, there's still something fun about the Game Boy cartridge insert. It's just very tactile, great feel. Oops, I need that dude. Ow. There we go. More mechanics. So many coins to collect. Wario. If you're wondering why I just got so smooth into this game, this is actually a game I tested, and had a good time with. Never played it, never played any of the Wario Land games really at all. But as I was testing for the stream here, I just played this all the way through the first level, I think. Just didn't even think about it, but it's just that good, I guess. Another game I want to showcase here soon, too. Street Fighter 2, which I did play all the way through to completion, believe it or not. No more clock. Yay! So, maybe I trailed off when I was talking about the speaker, but I did put in the Funny Playing speaker in there, which is basically the same as the original one, right? Just a newer one on the Game Boy. I do not have installed any amps or any filters or anything like that on it. It's just the default. So, right now, it definitely has a... oh, I guess got to scramble here. What could it be? That doesn't help me at all. Well, I think that would work. I just have to plug in a second controller, but what scenario would that be used, like, as far as, like, playing two-player modes on certain games? Or do you mean the, does it support that, to use, like, two players directly in there? I just thought it was just a single player there, but... well, let's see. This could be 3 or 2 or... Could be 2 or 3. I will go with 2. Wah, wah. Saving. Keep power on. Save complete. Turn off the giant faucet. Now it's switched to a more of a blue palette here. Keep doing that. This is going great. First try. Let's go in here and check. Whoa! I am on fire. I am fine. So again, it's, Wario, as I understand it, is basically invincible. He just, which is a neat mechanic. Instead of having lives and stuff, you just run out of money. I do think Killer Instinct on Game Boy is actually quite impressive. And also, actually, really good music. Not very smart fish there. Yeah, that's right. We'll skip this. We can save some money here. Whoa. Thank you. But you get an appreciation again for what they did. What they did with so little on the Game Boy. And they got really, really creative in how they implemented everything. Boy, there's a lot of secrets in this game here. And this is Warrior's Castle, I think, too, so... No secret? Nope. It's interesting, I was testing Street Fighter 2 and ended up Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, that's very unfortunate. That's even more unfortunate. The unfortunateness is increasing. Retro games, am I right? No! Grr. There we go. All right. Yeah, Killer Instinct just has a phenomenal soundtrack, and it sounds actually really good on the Game Boy, so maybe we'll just start it up so we can listen to the music and get a copyright mark on this video. Okay. What's it gonna be? That can only be 2, right? Yeah. Huzzah! Did we buy that recently? Yeah, I think we bought it recently here, the Killer Cut CD. I never played Killer Instinct when it came out. It was like, you know, more N64, and I mean, it was on Super Nintendo as well, but I never had an N64 until much, much, much later. Way later. So anyway, that's Wario Land 2, which is really cool, but let's fire up. I don't... Yeah, Street Fighter 2, there we go. Which is really good music, honestly. And I was testing this last night, and I played, or 2 nights ago, and I played the whole game through. I beat the game as Ryu, because the game runs super slow. It makes it pretty easy. And the soundtrack is really well made here. It works. It just works with this sound setup. Capcom and like Konami and those in this era. The music, man. Do. So the cool thing is here that it takes, like, you can tell it's a background from Super Nintendo, and there's no extra colors or anything, but it runs super slow. I think Shaq Fu runs better than this. Crouching kick. Yeah, that's true. That filter is doing. That's a great recommendation. Thank you. So we added an earlier, for those that missed it, was a low pass filter that actually smooths out the Game Boy sound dramatically, and it's not as harsh anymore. And I love the fact that that's something to add into the MiSTer. It has a new audio and video processing options that were not there originally. For anyone who watches Terminal Montage, the Street Fighter 2 one of that was hilarious. Without your signature crouching kick, you are powerless to defeat me. Let's watch it. Terminal Montage, Street Fighter 2. Get a laugh. This is mostly Ryu just doing the crouching kick over and over, which is a little overpowered for him, especially here. It's so slow. Yeah, and something I think too, like, you know, yeah, the car wins, yep. And like, you know, you think of like arcade cabinets might have had a speaker inside, or it kind of muffled a little bit too, versus like, you know, emulation that just spits it out very clear. So yeah, it's not fast, but the fact that we have this here is just ridiculous. Because this is pretty big sprites. But the music is mostly intact, so. But yeah, the signature crouching kick is definitely the way to win in this one with Ryu here. That was a good idea, yeah, I should try that more too. So it's sluggish, but it's actually, I mean, it's responsive, it's just slow. It's weird to describe, but I mean, it's doing what I want it to. It just takes forever for the things to, it's like running the game in slow motion, which is, I mean, which it is. Only have 2 buttons too, so there's that part. Signature crouching kick. Yes. Yeah, that's you can cheese your way through this. Most of it's for the music, honestly. It's really well made on the Game Boy when you think about what they had to work with, and the music works really well, especially to get to some of the rockier tracks and everything. But it's yeah. And I think that's something that got lost in just pure emulation a lot of times. So, oh, you got the Guile. Now it's a Ken theme, also good. Do. Getting the special moves to go are just... I might do the move, but it's just like, did it work? Did it work? I don't know. It takes like 20 frames before the move actually triggers and it happens. So for those that didn't realize, I'm playing on one of those 8-bit DOE controllers here, which virtually 0 lag on this one. So doesn't help when the game is definitely more than 0 lag. I guess I won. Yeah, we gotta get... That's why I just want to get the Guile music. That's what it comes down to. Alright, so what's another... Anyone familiar with any other Game Boy enhanced Super Game Boy games that are favorites of anyone? Japan. Ah, Ryu theme is also quite good. If I can beat myself. I don't know who I am. I'm the one on the left now. We did play Space Invaders, and quite poorly, might add, which the Super Nintendo version in there that was baked in was really cool. Aha! Mole Mania. Oh, Mole Mania, that's the one that's like the... So, like, supposed to be one of the biggest hidden gems on the Game Boy, right? It's like a really good game that kind of gets overlooked a lot. But I think I remember looking up, like, you know, unknown games on Game Boy and stuff like that when I was exploring the library more, and I kind of remember that Mole Mania showed up a lot, didn't it? Ow. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Ow, my goodness. Yeah, I think that's... games lose out on that kind of like... the rocking driving thing. Because, I mean, the music was... I mean, I'm not a musician, but it feels to me that music from this era... they didn't try and be like extravagant. It's just good beats and good driving rhythms and stuff like that. And it's just... I mean, this may be one of the most remixed soundtracks in all of history, I imagine. Like, Capcom was on fire in this time, and I am not on fire, which I'm quite pleased with. There we go. Capcom was on fire around this era. You know, you look at Mega Man X and stuff like that, too, and such a good set of composers. Dramatic wind appears immediately. And this does look, I don't have the action camera now, but I'm playing this on a CRT, on a PVM, so that looks even better. USSR! Yeah. Easier ways to do that now, and that's why I think that one of the coolest things for me with Smash Brothers and those games is that they kind of celebrate the musical legacy of the games they have, and they have a whole bunch of remixes and, you know, stuff like that, and there's some really good remixes in the Smash Brother library made by, you know, I think they have just endless hours of music recorded for those. And dramatic breeze. Come on, there we go. Yeah, all Capcom. They just did really good music in this era. Yeah, I mean, when I was in school, we learned about East and West Germany, so I remember, like, in school, like, we had to pick a country that specializes in Europe to learn about, and West and East Germany were two different countries, so... I'm basically just crouch spamming and winning, so it's super cheap, but it works. I just want to get Gal's music. I mean, that's what we're here for. You must defeat my Dragon Punch to stand a chance. There we go. Now it's got to be Gal. The Battle Rogue theme. I mean, there's so many good sounds or music tracks in this game. Yes. Oh, it turns it off when you pause it. It just works. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're unable to land due to what appears to be a political protester on a runway. Sonic boom, sonic kick. Yeah. I like that for all terminal montage, they tend to take like Genesis remixes, which usually sound really good, and that one there too, and he links all the videos that has the sounds that they, you know, the remixes they're using. And I think anytime you go to one of those, they all reference back to the thing. Like the Bison theme, like, you know, without your signature move, your signature crouching kick, you were powerless to defeat me. Wow. Alright, that was over pretty quick there. Yeah, I think the thing, it's just, when they were making the game, like, it's easy to think now, like, you know, you see composers and stuff using the Game Boy, because they, you know, there's some amazing music coming out of the Game Boy scene now, too. But back then, like, they were shipping a game. They were shipping Street Fighter 2. This was the current game. It was the in-hot thing to have, and was expected to have the music and all that stuff, and it's just, the fact that I just took it and then recomposed it for this in this limited format. This is also a really good song, but... Use your legs there, Balrog. This is great. I don't know what it's like. I'm not chiptune music per se, but just it just sounds good. And I mean, of course, the Super Nintendo soundtrack for this is amazing too, and so is the Genesis one and everything. Yeah. I think I prefer the Game Boy more from the just, I don't know, it's just something with the Game Boy itself. Maybe it's a limitation on it, but of course the NES and Game Boy, of course, are very similar in that sense, so. It almost makes it easier to pull off moves because it's so slow, but the inputs take so long to register that you can get like a button mash and things happen. And dramatic wind. There we go. It takes so long to load. I don't know why this game runs so like sluggish or slow. It's really weird. That's right, it does say dot matrix with stereo sound out of the one speaker. Hyper, 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 hyper uppercut, hyper, hyper. Yeah, we're totally cheesing in here now with these. And it might be that, you know, I'm not sure if it's the speed or they made this game easier since this is on the Game Boy. Because it runs so slow. Maybe they gave the player an advantage, I'm not sure. But I mean, I have a lot easier time playing this than I have the full console versions for sure. But I'm cheesing it horrendously using the sweeping leg kick. Yeah, that's true. Chiptunes, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't think I played much with headphones. I still had the original blue and red, really crummy headphones that came with it, but I didn't use them much. But it's also funny, I think that there's something that came out recently here. So Ron Gilbert's making a new Monkey Island, which is awesome, right? And there's a lot of people who are upset about the fact that, like, oh, it's not, you know, retro or pixel artistry or whatever. And it's like, well, the original games weren't pixel art in that sense. They were just current. They were as modern as they could be. And I love or hate the style he decided now, too. I trust him to make a good game. And it's his creation, right? So, ow. Went Ongbok on me there. Ow. That's true. Yeah, you're very right. That's very possible that, you know, the dot matrix update is so slow. It would have been hard to play this. Signature crouch and kick. I remember as a kid when I got this Saga, this one stuff got really hairy, like I could kind of beat my way through the other part of the game, but then, yeah, I got here. That's true, yeah, they probably were. They were bad on purpose. They were pretty crummy. But it was included, right? I mean, you got Tetris and the Game Boy and the thing, and, you know, it was awesome. I had quite a few Game Boy games, and sadly, some of the boxes were lost and everything, so... Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's Monkey Island, I'm expecting the jokes and everything, so... I didn't love the art style the first time I saw it either, but it's like, I trust the game to be funny. I don't have the need for it to be like a retro pixel artist or anything like that. Ouch. Yeah, my thumb is hurting from pushing the D-pad so hard here. It's so slow. Yeah, it's just like, you know, the internet has a very entitled sense of self-rage. Like, you know, if you don't prefer the style, it's like, oh, alright, I'm, you know, whatever, that's fine. But it's just like the internet's just a blaze, and the poor Gilbert's just trying to make a new game of his creation. Like, he owns it, so he should be able to do it any way he wants to, and people can disagree, but just as soon as it's turned into personal attacks, I'm like, why? Why does everyone have to be such jerks? Like, aren't we happy he's making a new Monkey Island game? Because, I mean, then, if he really... I guess I beat the game. Same thing I did, it's just I plowed through using the crouching kick there. But, like, don't drive these people, the creator, out of the space, right? They're the ones making the game, so... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I did enjoy that one a lot, too. So, not a very hard game. I'm curious to play it on the actual Game Boy. I'll have to try that, too. And see how it plays there, but this is the one here now. I know. I actually finished a game. I finished a game. Alright, what do we say for other games we wanted to try? Yeah, that's right, Mole Mania. Is that a Game Boy, Super Game Boy Enhanced one? Yes, it is. Alright, let's take a look at that. Mole Mania. I have never played this, but I've seen it a lot on like kind of hidden gems on the Game Boy. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun. Just there's something I love the feeling of doing cartridge swaps on the Game Boy. Just it's like it's very satisfying. Just it's fun to explore the library. Like I just get on little kicks of like certain libraries, like again the Sega 32X, or you know, hop on a Genesis or Super Nintendo, just randomly find games and just play them. And the MiSTer makes it so darn easy. So I've never played this at all. I have no idea what it's involved except a mole and some mania of some variety, I suppose. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can like it or not love it. Like, I haven't really played any of the 3D Monkey Island games at all. So, I mean, I should probably give them a fair shake, too. But, you know, you can just not play them then, right? You don't have to, like, go after the creator. Oh, geez, he just came and stole everyone. Alright, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. That's very clever. Your wife and kids are mine. If you want them back, come visit me in Jimbe Land. I'll be waiting. Good day. Whoa. Pretty harsh, dude. Grrr! I'm filled with generic mole rage. Nice. I've heard of this being the one to... Oh, nice. You can kind of dig around and... Huh. Cool. Nice. What does it say here? Welcome! Hey, Furball, my 7 lackeys of your family. Come get him if you can. I'll be waiting. What? Yeah, that's true. You kind of have to Tetris now. I don't know if it had a border. I mean, Tetris, of course, was not Super Game Boy Enhanced. I think Tetris 2 was Tetris, like, Blast or whatever, right? Although, of course, you know, you're playing on the big screen, so there's that part. Take a look at Maniac. Press A to burrow underground. Muddy moves well underground. I see, so you gotta puzzle your way through here. Get this, you'll recover 1/4 of a heart. If you get hit, your life meter will shrink. So you gotta work your way through the puzzle here. Makes sense. Let's see. Mike and head. When pressing A, if I pause like this, the ground is too tough to burrow. Okay. There we go. Press B to grab the black ball. You can pull the ball while grabbing it. Okay, you can grab it too. I didn't think this through, did I? Should have to reset. Tetris DX? Okay. Okay, I don't need that. Okay. Ooh, it's gone. Why am I just... Oh, can I just push it in the water? No. Whoa, okay, so you can just fling it. Nice, okay, well that helps. Jeez, strong too. Like that. Got some baddies here now. Lock them up. Use the ball to block your enemies or stop them from moving. Okay. A little Lolo here going on. Okay. That's a good thing to keep in mind then. Chuck it thing. Still in tutorial area, but I see why this game is kind of like... It's got a lot of mechanics here, so... What I did to throw? Smash! Excuse me. Take that. Very strong. So many things here. Hit the door with the black ball to open it and go to the next level. Okay. Get going, boy. Have you read all the signs yet? Well, don't just stand there. Get going. Okay. Whoops, I dug. Can you dig it? Haha. When you quit, you will continue from the exit you played last. Life meter, try having a full life meter when you save, or you may be in trouble later on. Alright, good tip. Oh my. Well, I guess it makes sense. I suppose that's not the language they want, but I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Fine. Ah, more rage. Smack those dudes. Ah. Oh, I need that. Perfect for the Game Boy, this kind of game. neat that it's enhanced with this kind of stuff too. So again, you get a range of different games that are slightly enhanced, a lot enhanced, or whatever. So hey, all right, we found one, dude. My science helping you at all? I'll recover hearts for you, so just relax. Ow. A lot of character and style in here. So much signage here now. If you drop 5 cabbage in holes, you get 1 heart. There are 20 cabbages in each level. Very clever mechanics. Whoa. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what it is. They hold all the keys when it comes to platforms, so. Just stealing all the cabbage, I guess? Alright. Pressure plate here? It's a map. Go to the menu to use the map. You can only use it in final level. Find one for each level, okay. That's true. Look at this, we have a whole bunch of stuff here. Oops. Surprisingly complex game here. Okay, so I need to... How do I get the ball over here? Yeah, a lot of Lolo. That's what reminded me too. It was just the kind of the puzzle structure here now. I'll reset this. I think I already did this one. I suppose I can tunnel my way out of here. Nope. But it's a neat mechanic, but maybe I do need to reset this. Guess I need that boulder. So how do I get it over here? Oh, I guess I can't have a hole there because I need to drop it here. Alright, I do have to reset. I are smart. At least I don't have to use the cabbage again. See, I have to get used to the mechanic here. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Take care of this dude. So it's a neat mechanic to use the holes like that. And like, yes, huzzah. Mole is ecstatic. Can't drop that with me? Whoa! I like that cabbage, so let's figure this out. A little bit, yeah. Back in my day, we only had Mario riding me. This is the problem with playing puzzle games. I just turn not very smart playing puzzle games. Like the Mario one I can do because it's maneuvering, but as soon as I gotta think a little bit. Still getting used to the mechanic. Like that. I can't do... I have to go in there, and getting, like, you know, into it now, because it is like a neat mechanic and everything, but just terrible at it. This is the only hole I can dig here. Well, I can just do this, I guess. There we go. Oh, I should have knocked that dude out first. Later. What does it say here? Backdrop. If you step in the hole, you can throw things to the other side. Okay. So, alright, you can do that then. What was that? Locator. With it, the location of a boss or bonus stage will appear on the map. Okay. Yeah, you carry with you the heart level you have and everything, so... All strategic, too. Wrecking some fools there now. Dang it. Whoa. There we go. Now we need to... Yes. Do. All right. Yeah, it's a cool mechanic again. Just oops, that was not my intent. Oh, hi Zoe. No. Yeah, that's true. It's like that era. Are you a rad enough dude to save the president's daughter? Kidnapped by ninjas? Let's see. Use recovery, and your might will be refilled. All right. Can't go up there. Whoa. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Whoa, why? No, that's not what I want to do. Take that. Yeah. Oh, is he gonna... Okay. I don't want to fling it, because it's gonna keep... Oh, okay. Hmm. I'm so bad at this. Get into Farmer McGregor's garden here and stealing everything, I guess. Well, not a bunny, but... However, I don't sure if I can complete that now because there's a hole up top left there. Okay, I can go the other way. No. Do. So now... It's not gonna work, because anytime I go here and fling it... Reset. Pretty sneaky. Nice. Okay, so you need to bring it to the bottom one there. Whoa. I know I'm low on health. Yeah. Oh, you can? Okay. Smack this dude. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay, so you can do... I see. Nice. Learning the mechanics. Can I do this now? Nice. Huzzah! Alright. Do we have any other guess that we want to try? Otherwise, I'll just find a random one. Because I think that's enough of that there. It's hard. Because we have a whole bunch of different ones. Ooh, one I want to actually show real quick was Mega Man 5, which actually is fully enhanced, I believe. And Mega Man 5 was kind of like the previous Mega Man games on Game Boy were kind of modeled after the other Mega Man games in some way, shape, or form. I think Mega Man 5 was the first one that was like a unique game, if that makes sense. Still uses the other character. Well, no, I think this actually has a fully unique setup, so here we have custom color, we have custom border, Dr. Willy. Of course, Capcom's legendary sound. 20 XDX. And I got a robot boost for some reason. There's the story here. I don't know. That dude? Mars. Got it. Oh, that's slow. That's super slow. But it's got all the trimmings of the Mega Mans, like your slide, your charge, weird like robot monkey men. Extreme slowdown. So I understand this is probably one of the more sought after Mega Man games on a Game Boy, because it is just like, again, its own beast and does its own thing. Where's the exit here? Oh, it's the ladder. Because I'm just brute forcing here now, but good evening, or good morning. Is he throwing bananas? Robot bananas. Well, I didn't see that. Freaking monkeys. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it's true. 20xdx. I just put it somewhere in the future. Oh, from the beginning. Mega Man, of course, being brutal. But it is a, you know, fully featured Mega Man game. Well, not in 20xdx. I know your pattern now, Monkey Man. And it is super annoying. One thing I gotta show too, real quick after this, and we'll play Tetris with that. Actually, a really neat thing. Someone took the BIOS file for this and modded it to make it a retro wave. So there's a synthwave Super Game Boy 2 that changed all the colors accordingly on the default palette. I just fell straight down. No problem there. I think that's the thing that I like the X series, probably my favorite out of the Mega Man games in general. Just more fluid and smooth and stuff, but just the old school, like, just to make it a little further each time, right? Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, let's switch to the different BIOS here. The Vaporwave Super Game Boy is really neat because it is like a Vaporwave style to all of it. And the games get it accordingly. Let's see, we'll load up a different one. Let's load up a regular Game Boy game, a non-enhanced one, such as Tetris. This is, of course, the original Tetris. You get a nice little wave palette with it, too. So this is a mod to the ROM file for this, or the BIOS file, and you can use this on flash cards and everything, too, I believe. But then all the different, like, they're all, like, you know, very synth wave style and everything. You got different, like different borders that are like, you know, synthwave-esque in their design. For example, that's Min-Mei from Macross, I'm pretty sure. Very retro wave, and I always love when they have stuff like this, like freaking laser unicorns. Trapper Keeper style there. Spent many hours playing Tetris on. That's pretty retro wave right there. Although we have to go with the Trapper Keeper thing there. And like the fact that they mod and we have this community now that does stuff like this, it's pretty amazing. Oh, I have to go with the original music. So much time spent on this. Not to say I'm good at Tetris again. Oh, come on. Just long piece after long piece right now? Not cool. That will bite me later. Wow! I'm just not used to getting that many long pieces right up front. Alright, well, I'll go for Tetris. Wow. That must be the highest drop rate of straight pieces I've ever gotten. Or long pieces. My goodness. I did not hack the game, I swear. I am painting myself in a corner here now, but here we go. I don't say I was good at Tetris. One thing I've enjoyed lately is Dr. Mario. I never really played him much at all when I was younger, but I've been enjoying it on the Game Boy quite a bit, so... I mean, I hacked the game a little, not a lot, right? I mean, this is stock Tetris. It's like, this is the way it was, right? It's funny, when I was younger, my dad and I used to play Tetris together, actually, on NES, and we'd see how far we'd get. And I remember giving him crap because he was, like, you know, getting old, so he had trouble seeing some of the color combinations. Especially, like, I think level 7 or something like that on Tetris on Super Nintendo. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I can see it great. And now I'm older and like, I can't see that at all anymore. The drop rates are not in my favor anymore. There we go. That was a timeless classic. I mean, Tetris has been redone a billion times, a million different ways, and it still holds up, right? It's Tetris. It's so timeless. So the, was it the Tetris Connected or whatever? That they put in the last one, or the most recent one that came out, so I'm focusing now, but... Okay. Some long pieces will be great now. I regret some choices. Well, this will not end well. Yeah, perfect. Flawless. First try. I remember... It's just the memories of this. Sorry. The memories of playing this game, it was just like, it was the only game to play on Game Boy for a while. It was Tetris. I mean, we spent so much time playing it, and Link play and all that stuff, and... But again, it looks really cool with the... Yeah, well, it's extreme. Hardcore! Already failing! Just the stress of knowing it's going fast is what's killing me now. Yeah, I'm just getting flooded with long pieces in the beginning here. Ah, no! watching the speed run or the I got a Tetris, right? The extreme speed Tetrising, I guess, the ones at the top tier. I guess there's a rolling technique now where they kind of roll their fingers versus like what I'm doing is, you know, tapping, which is less efficient. But the rolling technique is by far the fastest, and that's come out pretty recently. And that's pretty much just dominating the circuit now. Was Newman or Joe something? That was the previous Tetris champ that passed away recently. I'm very sad. The technique that he did, he's just really fast at the way, you know, we grew up doing it. With the rolling technique now is just blasting records left and right. It's not just anything modded, it's just they're rolling their fingers on the gamepad instead of like tapping it. I think his old records were broken, you know, quite dramatically with the new technique, so. I am on level 9 without dying yet, so. I always start on level 0 as a kid. I never start anything higher. Again, I'm not good at Tetris, it's a fun game still. I mean, Tetris always holds up. Oh, that was... Oh, fail, and there it falls apart. That's fine. I'm a very good craftsman, this is how we build things. Strats? Nah. Yeah, I got a line. Yeah, that's right. We should check out the, let's see, we have... So we decided it was Zelda. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Link's Awakening, Enhanced, which is Game Boy Enhanced. Yeah. Now, we're running with the Synth Wave or Vapor Wave still, but it should still work just fine. So, in here, again, this is a DX one. I don't know that it has the color. Yeah, it's got the full color palette. Or not full, but at least it's using an enhanced one. And, of course, the border. Yeah, watching someone else play Tetris is very difficult because, yeah, you have an idea in your mind as you're seeing it. This game is so timeless. I got this, I mean, I have my original copy still, and I played it all the way through, and I was just enamored with it. I got stuck in the beginning, I think it was second dungeon or something. I got stuck and then put it down for a while, got back to it, and then just finished it. So, yeah. And that's the thing, it's like they don't... Yeah, the Game Boy Color, even if it's compatible, it basically is running in the, you know, default Game Boy mode, because it is not a... I mean, a DX one. You wouldn't get any DX colors here. That's impossible, even though they look really neat, but... Hey, Lonk. So that's why it's kind of limited to looking at these games from the Game Boy Color perspective. It's not, you know, it doesn't get you a whole heck of a lot, so... But what a tour de force of a game to add to this. Just the size, I mean, it's a Zelda adventure, and all that they packed in this, I mean, the map is just jam-packed. Every square here, of course, is a screen, and it's just... This game is still great. Now, the remake, I did enjoy. I still have not beaten it, which sounds very surprising for me. It loses a little bit of the charm. I mean, I understand the charm they went for, and it's neat, but it still loses a little bit of the limitation with the Game Boy. So if I'm going to play Link's Awakening, I'll probably still go for the original. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that bug. But this just gives an idea at least. But again, just remember that now we have this option to play on the MiSTer, right? So that means that you have a more complete experience. You plug this into a TV or a CRT, you know, you can experience like it did the original playing on Super Game Boy. Not to mention just the Game Boy games themselves screen enlarged, which it could do, right? You could play this in the Game Boy Core. Actually, maybe we should compare that, because that will run at full screen as well. So you don't get the border, but you do get a larger screen, so... Oh no, on the CRT, I don't think it does it. It scales it on the... Because the scaler is not used on... It plays it at this size as well on the Game Boy on the CRT, so... I correct myself there. Because the MiSTer is output in the same size, right, so... Yeah, I can't pull it off, but then maybe they fixed it. Oh yeah, this game I get sucked in right away. Welcome back, Revenant. We started Lonk's successful weed chopping service. I don't know why, when I was a kid, the fact that they added in, like, jump mechanics and Mario nods. Like, I remember seeing, like, there's a Goomba, it's awesome! Seeing that called out, you know. So, anyone have any other requests? Otherwise, we'll just find a random game for the last game of the night, probably. We'll play this a little bit, but it just gives you an idea. Yeah, he needs to cut some grass here, too. I saw that the power washing simulator that just came out is very popular. You know, getting all the, oh yeah, the seashells, my goodness. I remember fighting for that forever. Like, I found them, like, yes, and it's a pretty nice upgrade, so... Woo-hoo. Gator Ball? I don't think I recognize that one. There's a pinball game on there, Revenge of the Gator, which I'm a big fan of. That I have physically. But I don't think I heard of Gator Ball. Gated progression. And what I saw, someone on, was it Polygon or Kotaku, that said, like, Power Washing Simulator is my favorite Far Cry game ever. Because it plays like the cycle of Far Cry. But instead of liberating outposts, you're power washing stuff. And that does sound very appealing. I remember as a kid playing Super Mario Paint, or Mario Paint, and, like, filling the screen and just using the eraser to clean it. Just because it was therapeutic to do that. Having a Zelda game of this caliber portable. Oh, it is Revenge of the Gator. That's the one you're talking about? Is that... That's not enhanced at all, is it? It's just a standard Game Boy game. Although I do really enjoy it. I was looking for anything that's more, that's enhanced for the Game Boy. Like in this case, we have a simple screen there, but we can go through the list too and look. But we need to find one that has the full treatment. Yes, very. Infuriating. Sometimes you have like these really good runs of Revenge of the Gator, and it goes just in the right spot, and you get a lot of points and everything, and then, you know, stuff goes awry quickly. Raccoon, I need the... That's right, I can't progress here. Ah, yes, these Zeldavanias that are gated progression through items. Gotta get a toadstool first. Ah! I've already forgotten how to get around this game. I don't think any of those are enhanced either, unfortunately. I mean, they're cool games, but I don't think they're enhanced. It had a lot of cool mechanics in this game. The fact that it's a full game, so... yeah, we played that earlier. Thanks for joining. And that was really neat, so... That's the thing, there weren't that many that fully leveraged the Super Game Boy component, right? So... I can't lift this yet. This looks pretty heavy. You won't be able to lift it with just your bare hands. I think you need an item for that. Intent. Good evening, banana. Here's the toadstool. Huzzah! Mellow aroma flows into your nostrils. Oh, that's right, I think I do have to go out here. Sorry, not sorry. The amount of content they packed in this game is just ridiculous. Like, how much they squeezed in here. Interesting. I assume Animaniacs is the platform, but that's what I was trying to look up, like, what's the definitive list of, like, games that are enhanced for this, and I totally messed this up, didn't I? Oh, we can get there. It's hard to find a good list of the exact ones. And I mean, yeah, there's several lists, but I had trouble parsing them. Because there are so many different levels of Super Game Boy support, right? Woo! I think this would have been possible. I wonder if there's any ROM hacks that try and do this setup on the NES. Not that you need them, it's Game Boy, you can just play it, but it's like this style. I know there's an enhanced version of Zelda 1, I think, a ROM hack. I really should check that out. Oh, okay. I should check that out, yeah, then. Because I did test that, and I think that one that has full support or full enhancement, right? That's awesome. We'll do a link, Game & Watch gallery, then. I said I have a folder, so I know which ones are enhanced, but it's just, it would be cool to check out the ones that are fully enhanced to get that full experience. Don't touch that, dude. I should check out that ROM hack. Double double, toil and trouble. A toadstool mix makes powder for tricks. Ah, it has a sleepy toadstool. It does. We'll mix it up something in jiffy. Yeah, that's the thing. There weren't that many that leveraged the Super Game Boy, and on that level, like, you know, that's up to developers, right? Because Nintendo made the product, and then the developers have to be the ones adding the support for each game, and it never took off, right? So yeah, it makes them naked, doesn't it? Good job. Use it on your enemies and see what happens. I want to lift it. That was a little annoying that you had to, and that they had a dedicated jump button right in the remake on Switch, so. Woo! I really should check out the NES ROM hack for that. It makes basically takes some of the stuff from Link to the Past and this and merges it together into the NES format. So it looks really cool. So I should check that out. Probably should do a live stream at some point with just, like, you know, cool ROM hacks. There's a billion of them, but some are really crummy and some are really, really, really good. One thing I would like to stream, or maybe even make a video on, is he's on fire. That's rough. Modern games made for old consoles like Tanglewood and things like that that are Genesis games, right? And new games. So, yeah, and I think that just having the core is like it's the community abhors a vacuum, so there was a core missing and it had to be done, right? That's kind of the way to feel that slowly but surely all the cores and things like that. I'm holding out for, you know, 3DO and CDI and that stuff. Feels like that's inevitable eventually, but... So, evening. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I think that if you just want to tinker around with it like I'm doing here, just the bare system is fine. If you want to use it as like a full, like, TV, like this might be all and all, I think the multi-system is a fine choice. But if you're dipping your toe into it, you can just get the basics, and then you can always buy the multi-system later. You're going to need a D10 anyway. Just a D10 Nano, a memory module, an SD card, and then a USB dongle, and you're set. I mean, that's enough to get going, right? And then if you want to add additional things, if you want to play on a CRT, you can add more stuff. But, I mean, it's nice with the multi-system if you want a one and done, if you will. But just getting started, I think it's more than fair enough to start with just the D10 Nano board and those extra pieces, so... yeah, that's right, they're adding in Winston that was missing. I love when they do stuff like that, so... Alright, well, we'll play a little Game & Watch. So there's A Long to the Past, or A Long's Awakening. That's right, you have to do... No, I thought it was start and select. To exit. Oh, whatever. That's saving. Okay. So now we have the enhanced ones here. So Game & Watch Gallery. We have 2 and 3. Oh, these are Game Boy Colors. Sorry. Game Boy. Game & Watch Gallery. There we go. Super Game Boy Enhanced. Yeah, if you're just doing that, and especially if you're just doing a flat panel or a CRT, or not CRT, but you know, a modern display, then yeah. If you're just looking to mess with it, because I mean, what I have now, what I'm playing on right now, I have the D10 Nano board, I have the analog I/O so that I can play on a CRT that you're not seeing up screen here now, and then I have a USB board, and then the memory and the SD card, and that's it. So you can build to there, but the basics there that Alex listed out, that's really all you need. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you want to plug it into your flat panel, you're set. It's does that by default. You don't need anything extra at all for that, just HDMI. If you want to plug it in then to a CRT TV or a tube TV, then you will either need a dongle. You can do direct video out, it's called. No, there's zero lag virtually, depending on the controller you use too. Oh, I guess it's Yoshi's Island. Yeah, HDMI is default. There is no lag. They're really discernible. Now, your controller and controller method. I'm using a wired controller here now. And there is a great spreadsheet or website that MiSTer Add-on started that has, you have to search for it, I don't remember it, but it has a listing of the different lag on different controller latency. Some controllers have really bad latency, especially if you go Bluetooth and stuff. Plugging in a USB controller usually is going to be just fine. But no, it plays very accurately. Like, this is just that 8-bit DOE, you know, multi-controller. It has the sticks on it. Yeah. So, the analog, what he's talking about, Alex, there is that you can basically use an analog I/O board that gets you simultaneous HDMI and analog. Or you can use a dongle that just, you enable a setting, and then HDMI input turns analog. And you basically then have to have an adapter, so... But if you're just playing on a flat panel or a TV or a regular modern flat panel TV, yeah, you're good to go. Nothing extra. Just plug in HDMI and done. That's the default output. Excuse me. Okay. Manhole, fire, octopus, oil panic. Oh, man. Left, right, spin. Alright, we'll do this. Well, I guess this was a Game & Watch. Now I'm playing on easy, right? So, but it's the borders and everything. It's really cool. Whoops. We're playing Game & Watch Gallery. Oh, okay. I need to dump that out, huh? Oh, I see. Don't dump on them. Okay. I'm getting used to the game here. I'm playing on easy, but it doesn't mean I'm making a good job here. This is the Game & Watch Gallery, which is enhanced. Apparently, I did not care for getting dumped on there with oil. Yeah, I really enjoy having the analog I/O board, because if you get the analog I/O board, the output to a CRT or something at the same time, especially now for streaming like I'm doing now, is so simple and is really, really, really nice option to have. The flexibility, so... But you can always start with just a dongle and try it first. Oh, I need to have Yoshi grab it, I see. Now it's speeding up here. Is Yoshi eating the oil? Man, that's pretty gruesome. But it's a nice little update of Oil Panic. Yeah, so the nice part with the MiSTer is that it gives you option for both, basically, right? Oh. No, it's on fire. Come on, drop. Okay, he breathes it out. Well, this is not all stressful, but I mean, I remember the Game & Watch, right? What happened between Donkey Kong 64 or 94 and this? Whoa, yeah. Quite a lot. We played a lot of different games. Yeah, there's actually, you can use just a special core for composite and S-video output, and use dongles for that too, but there are special cores that enable the support out directly without needing a, like I mean, let's just say custom adapter, right? So... Oh, it drops so slow. Whew. I'm doing pretty good here, I think, but... I guess so. Oh, just a little bit on fire. Man. Still, did all right. Oh no, I wanted to... I want to try one of the other games here quick. We're gonna have to call it here pretty soon. It's getting late, but... Still, it's a neat addition. It's like, you know... It's a little bit of fire on fire. The fact that it does everything else in all like this too. Yeah, I mean, that depends on if you want the I/O board too, but if you want the I/O board, you're probably gonna have to go a little higher than that. If you just want the dongle for starters, you can try it, because, I mean, like, yeah, the dongle is like $5. Like, it's just an HDMI to VGA. And the idea being there, it's not doing any conversions. We're running a custom Super Game Boy 2 that has been modified to look like Hyperwave Vaporware. Manhole. Diagonal top. I don't know how to play manhole. We'll just figure it out. Oh. Oh, that was a good start. Old Game & Watch titles. I'm sure this will not get harder at all. I can do maybe one more quick one after this. You have a specific one in mind? Played quite a few here today, but I can't remember all the ones now. I didn't realize it was going to rain. I think it started raining here now. Why is my controller not helping here? Ah! Ah! Controls are really weird. It's not triggering. Ah! Entirely up to you, because I don't think I'm going to last on this game here. Yeah. Weird controls. Awful game. Terrible game. Not because I'm bad at it. Alright, pick one more game. Yeah, they could. Nintendo's always been like, they always seem surprised that people are interested in retro stuff. And then they're doing that slow thing now where they're drip feeding games onto the Nintendo Online thing, right? And like, yeah, if you could buy official ROMs and stuff, I think it would take off. And like, people would do that. They would spend money to buy packs. I mean, look at the, is it Evercade or whatever? The ones that do like the new like console and the portable one, and they're selling licensed games on cartridge form. They're doing pretty well. People are willing to pay money for that stuff, and the fact that you can't, you know, why is Nintendo not just like firing up the furnaces to basically make new Game Boy games or new Nintendo games or new SNES games, like clearly label them as reproductions? I mean, they would just make so much money. Just so much money, and it's just, it baffles me that they don't even consider that, you know? See, is that one is enhanced? It is not. That's fine. We can just do a... Game Boy... Color... It's called Disney's A Bug's Life? Or is it one of those European ones? Yeah, that's true. They have an interesting... I'm missing it? Bug's Life on Game Boy Color? Looking around. Bug's Life. Is it Disney or Pixar? Is it called something weird? Bug's Life A. I'll explain that. Bug's Life A. Oh, it is enhanced. But yeah, we are running a custom ROM, then that basically changes the Vaporwave. And I love when the community gets together and does stuff like that. There's so many cool updates, and look at that. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo is in a better spot. Or the gaming world is in a better spot because of Nintendo, no doubt. But Bug's Life, eh? But their practices sometimes make you a little frustrated, so... But it is what it is. I think Nintendo still is a good company, and I mean, we are very invested in the Switch ecosystem. My kids love that console. Ooh, look at this. So this is an enhanced one. Hmm. I don't think it ever really will, because the intent is like, it's not really the purpose of it. And I mean, I'm sure someone will. I think they have basically said, here's how, which libraries are being used and how to do it. But I don't think that anyone's like, you know, it's working on it or something like that. Since it is a, you know, quick run or whatever, the purpose wasn't originally for that. Am I capturing these or not? Oh, look, it's a character platformer game from the... Yeah. Those early CGI movies are a little, you know. Your memory of Toy Story 1 is different from how the movie actually is when you watch it now. Well, how'd I get... And he's dead. Wow, that's harsh. Like nothing, just right back. Well, this is a very, very basic character platformer, aka kids love the movie, let's buy the game kind of thing. Can you fight back or do anything? Nope, I can just jump. That's it. We're gonna change to the Wiper wave. Yeah, this may be the definition of shovelware. Let's get the characters on the shelf, right? So how to get past this guy? That was probably good, right? Oh, I can throw. Oh, I had one. Everybody gets one. It's a worm. I assume that hurts me. It's a game, so everything hurts me. Ooh, a little jumpy. You compare this to, like, you know, your Lion Kings and Aladdins and those character games, and there were so many of these, especially on the kid platforms, or the what was perceived as the kid consoles, portable ones. What is this then? Oh. Well, this is surely something. But it's like, we all know that, like, when we're kids, or, you know, it's just, you had the movie or thing you were fascinated with, and you pretty much have to, you weren't going to say no. Like, you know, fortunately the Turtles games are really good on the Game Boy, but it's not like you would have said no to a game featuring your favorite characters, right? Although even by that standard, this is pretty atrocious, so... Ow. It socked me. This is the thing, it was like different generations, so that was a little after what I watched. I watched original Transformers and, you know, original Turtles, and that was my era, like mid-late 80s and early 90s. That's when I was into all that stuff. Whee! Oh, nice. I really want to work on content again. It's weird now because the thing I had a procedure or whatever, surgery for lately here, I can't lift more than 15 pounds right now. You know how many CRTs I have? I can't lift right now, so I'm like, have to go ask my wife, can you help me move that CRT? And it does put a hamper on making any video stuff, so I am dead. All right, let's end this properly, right? So, where are we now? What is really raining outside? But the cool thing now is now we can load pretty much any Game Boy ROM in here, This is the game that You just got wormed, son. This is the one I have physically. I bought this one in here. Oh yeah, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's funny. It's nothing else. Don't worry. There's no dig on you or anything. There's so many games like this that are shovelware and stuff like that. But this one, Vaporwave Turtles. And here comes the copyright mark in 3, 2, 1. I play this a lot on, well, this very Game Boy, or what's the remnants here. Maybe we should switch to a non-vaporwave color palette, though. It feels a little odd here, but I think all of them are... Yeah, all of them are vaporwave. Oh well. This is a little closer. This CJ colors, yeah. Yeah, I played this a ton. I remember getting it, and yeah, I can't with the vaporwave one. It's vaporwave or nothing. I remember getting this at a shopping mall out of town, and we drove back, and I remember that evening then, as we're driving home on the street lights, and like barely able to see my Game Boy playing this and just being amazed, because I mean, the sprites and color in this game look amazing on the Game Boy. But yeah, I can't say I won't be shocked if this doesn't get flagged as like a, you know, copyright cover. But all Turtles games on the Game Boy are really good. I only had this one. Oops. Where I miffed is that I have boxes for some of these, and I had boxes for all my games, of course, and I never threw them away, but at some point I had the boxes separated from some of the games and like mixed up, and then during a move somewhere it got lost, and so I lost not a whole bunch, but several games and several of the boxes for it, and that's unfortunate considering the how much I like this stuff now. Yes, so I had for this original Game Boy, then which has been modded now, I had the snap-on light that went like this, and then I had the speaker attachment, and I used to play like Radar Mission and crank that because that music is great in that game. So I had the whole kit and caboodle. I still have this carrying case too. So yes, I strapped my Game Boy on this one on my belt when I popped my Game Boy like this. And like the rad kid I was, I then put my games in here, and I rode my bike to my friend's house. That's what's the style at the time. But yeah, this is the original one I still have. And it actually keeps it pretty safe in here. It's padded and everything, so expect this to make an appearance in the video of this screen mod here. That's the one I'm working on now, and I'm hoping to get it out soon. And I have all the filming done, so... but yeah. It's made it really clunky, and I think my dad bought the screen thing and the sound adapter originally, so let's see, I think I have a... 1 second. I'm gonna finish on this here. Okay, here's the actual cartridge for this game. We'd set to autofocus here. There we go. The screen looks really, really good. Yeah, I probably will at some point. Now, it captures the more effect and everything here, right? So, yeah. But you can also change the color palette here. And also disable the retro pixel, and then you get a very, very clean, smooth. It's a reshell. This is not my original Game Boy, or it is the original Game Boy Guts, but this is a reshell with an IPS panel and the fun in playing case. So this is basically brand new. Every plastic on here is brand new. The only thing that's remaining of the original is like the motherboard, and that's basically the guts of the Game Boy, right? So, but yeah, I'm just enjoying. Like, I'm actually taking this out in the backyard and just got up playing some Dr. Mario because it's just fun, right? I'm using it a lot more than I ever did before because the screen was just, you know, it's bad. So not Game Gear bad, but anyway. All right, we could keep playing these games forever. I realized I've been streaming for a while. My dad bought 2 Game Boys when they came out. So 1988. Yeah, this is one of the units. The other one is still at my parents' place. So he bought 2 of them so we could play Tetris together or against each other. And those boxes are long gone now, of course, but this is my original one, so it's, I don't know. I'm having a really fun time exploring that, and the Game Boy with its limitations makes it really fun. And then the Super Game Boy Core now being available makes it extra fun to have the option to play these things with the borders and all that good stuff, right? Like it would be on the original Super Game Boy. But yeah, I like the Game Boy. It's a fun console. But I keep talking about that forever, realizing it's already past midnight in Central Time here in the US, so I'll probably have to call it there. It's fun being back streaming. I'll figure out something for next week as well. I think I can lift things again next week. So there was a thought of me making a stream where we do a build, basically, where we put a machine together and then load it up and put some games on it and try it out. And we'll see. And then that's going to be an interesting one maybe to do. Maybe not a full, like, you know, I'm going to do a full build, but just put a parts machine together and install OS and do that kind of stuff. Might be fun as a stream thing too. So, but I appreciate everyone watching. Thanks so much, everyone joining us. Thanks to the new folk joining us as well. I appreciate it very much, and hope to see you again next week at the same time. Nice to be back. See you guys later. Good night. It's raining hard here right now. Good night.